What's up, bro?
Can't call it. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
Good, man. We got Velocity in the building,
Yes,
man. Let's start off, man. Where you from, bro?
Alany and Feltonville.
Okay.
Yep.
Now,
Born
what
and
part of the
raised.
city is that for those that don't know?
Um, I would say uptown.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
there's a lot of discrepancies about that. When I grew up, I was always taught and looked on a map and seeing that Alany was a part of Germantown, was a section in Germantown. I could be wrong, but
Alany, Germantown. Yeah, we can see that. You talking about
hmm
Broad Street?
Borderline.
yep,
Yeah, that
yeah,
little with that
borderline.
Sunoco with that
Yep,
bridge.
yep,
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can
yep.
see that. All right, so we're gonna talk about let's talk about, growing up in the streets of
hmm
Philadelphia, how was the household and things
hmm
like that. Give us the rundown.
All right, mom and dad was together. I say since high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, still together to this day. Maybe about 20, 30 years in.
Okay.
Um, like I said, I was born in Alany, Feltonville. I was brought up in a Christian household. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of crazy only for the simple fact, mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, everything peaches and cream. But when you go outside with them wolves, it's a little different story. So, you know, um, growing up was kind of bittersweet. I was always supposed to be the nice guy, chill, calm. Uh, but yeah, people played with me, so I had to put a lot of hands and feet on people.
Who you put hands and feet on?
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah,
Now,
man, that's what I did my whole life. Like I always was a fighter. CP, Summit Academy, Boone.
you went to Daniel Boone?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
He was a
Man,
rebel.
for
Summit.
sure.
I know about Summit.
Yeah, I was kind of thrilled as a young boy, and like I said, I ain't even going to sound all crazy. Like I was just a gangster's person. Somebody just tried to bully me when I was a young boy, and I got turned out. I ain't like the feeling that way, and I made sure that I never feel like that again.
Right. And listen, I went to Daniel Boone for like 1 week, man, my middle school year, and it was crazy.
Crazy,
I'm talking about
crazy.
it's like one of those scared straight type of things. If you ain't about that life, and I wasn't about that
Yeah,
life,
right.
but when
Right.
I went there, I'm talking about everybody that was acting the part 8 in there was there, So, what part of the school district you went to, growing up?
Um. Hmm. I went to Alany High.
Okay.
I got kicked out of Alany High, ninth grade. Then I went to CEP. I did ninth and 10th there. I never did 11th grade. They kind of skipped me. And
Okay.
I went to Fells to complete my last 12th year. Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I had went to Boom and stuff. I ain't mentioned that because it was like just a little bit into CEP picked me up. That was like my home school where I was supposed to be at. Yep, Huntington Park CEP, front
That's
front
crazy.
Wingahagen. Yep.
That's crazy. I remember CEP. They still around, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Oh man.
I mean,
So coming up, man, who was some of the people that you listen to music wise?
musically, my dad kept a lot of Snoop Dogg in the crib, Tupac, Biggie. He was a big what's their name? The people that said Full Force, hype. Like my dad,
Yeah. Your love
yeah,
is
I
so
was just
good.
about to say that. Yeah, my pop was he Marine Corps guy. So when he came back from, the Marines, I had a regular haircut. He got me a bow cut. I always wore it, and House Party was one of my favorite movies ever. Yeah, I always thought I was play.
You look like your dad. I seen a picture. He was in the Marines,
Yeah,
correct?
for sure.
Is
Yeah.
like what age was that again? That he was in the Marines?
I think my dad went fresh out of high school, so I was still a child. I think my dad completed his last 4-year tour when I was maybe around, I say maybe 6 or 7.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is that something that you wanted to follow in his footsteps?
It's so crazy because honestly, yeah, I don't know how this would sound, but if I knew the things that I knew now, I would have.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kinda rebelled and got into the streets, and it kinda led me in a crazy direction. As y'all can see, I'm pulling it together now and I'm trying to figure it out and stuff like that, but I should have listened.
Now, you used to do music.
Yep.
Am I correct?
Facts. That's crazy. I didn't even know that you knew that. Yep.
You used to do music.
Yep.
And at one point, and stop me if I'm wrong, you was on the verge of getting into some type of deal. Am I correct?
Yeah, facts. That's crazy. Y'all did your research. Yeah, so I'm gonna run past it real quick. So it was a lady, her name was Gigi Galaxy, and one day she came to my crib at nighttime, and I'm like, how does lady even know where I live at? I'm living with my baby mom and everything. Baby mom come downstairs. Who this lady? You know what I mean? But she broke down to me on some, I got this tour going on. I see what you out here doing. I really need you. So I sat down. I actually signed to her. She was working at Hanneman at the time as like an LPN or something like that, investing her money into her music industry. That's what she wanted to do. And she sent me on this tour out of Atlanta. And when I got out of Atlanta, I ended up running into Miss Deb and Frenchie.
Okay.
And Frenchie kept me under his wing and he signed me to Brick Squad Monopoly. So I was going in the verge of, doing videos with Wu and OJ the Juice Man. The whole plan was supposed to be when Gucci came back home, Brick Squad was going to get back together. I was going to be one of the new artists, but as you can see, he parted ways and decided to do other things. And Frenchie went to jail for 25 years for a robbery. Free Frenchie. And I decided to keep pursuing boxing. I was actually boxing before I met them and started rapping. So I went back to what I know.
Right, man. What was the process like? Just meeting up with Dad.
Man, that was crazy. That was one of the craziest things that I experienced. Only for the simple fact, like me knowing history from the South and me just knowing Frenchie. Frenchie is actually the person that introduced Deb to Gucci. Introduced Deb to French Montana. Introduced her to Nicki Benz, though they all from out Queens and was out Queens. And me, I'm feeling like I'm the next up. What, this person just introduced all these people. I watch how all these people grow. So all I gotta do is be consistent, go on the road with them. Like I went on the road with Frenchie for like 3-4 days and made like 20 grand, a regular person. I ain't had no CD. He just come perform with me. That's crazy. We on the show out DC with AR Abinum, and we was everywhere, man. Shout out to Frenchie. He really helped my life a lot.
Now what stopped it?
Like I said, he went to jail.
Okay.
Yeah, once he went to jail, I just felt like I wanted to get back to what I know. And then I could partly be lying about that too. Once I got the call from Gil and Wallow to actually get on a platform to start fighting, I just felt like I should take that opportunity. It wasn't going to come around again as I thought. And to be always honest, that's not the real 1,000% reason why I even did all of this. I ended up breaking my arm one day. Got a radio head replacement. I got a metal arm. And I felt like when I was in that anesthesia, I felt like God talked to me and he let me know, forget your age, forget anything you got going on. That arm, you something special. I'm gonna make sure you use that joint, make sure you keep it and you don't lose it, and make sure you do what you're supposed to do. That's how I felt. And me being where I'm at now, I know that that's actually what was said.
Right.
11 to 0 in a year.
Wow.
I've been fighting every month since December 2023.
Now, how you train? Who you spar with?
Ivan Mighty Robinson. That's my coach. He picked me up. He seen me out there. He seen me out there doing my thing, and he straight gripped me up like, what? Yeah, you dangerous, young boy. I need you. So I'm in the gym every day. Me, Greg Hatchett, Mighty. We got Team Warfare. We working.
Now you under somebody's.
I sparred Dapper too. Shout out to Dapper. Y'all fight that's coming up. Dapper. Shout out Dapper. We got some working.
Now who you under the promotions with?
Right now it's so crazy. I just got signed to Critical Management, and some guy named Gabriel from out Florida. He's actually like a attorney, and he worked for the NBA and WNBA and stuff like that. He big in sports, and actually the president to that company is James Toney.
Oh wow!
So I just got signed to them a couple of days ago. Florida like my second home. So
congrats.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
So how did that make you feel, man? Like you're officially in the loop.
That make me feel good, man. Like I said, it just showed me that as long as you stay persistent, You know what I mean? And you do what you're supposed to. You work hard. You know what I mean? Because you can't cheat the process.
Right.
You know what I mean? It don't matter. You can't treat the process. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta work out. And if you don't, it show when you in the ring. It shows everything that you've been lacking. You know what I mean? And everybody think boxing is just a physical thing. It's a mental thing.
Right.
That shit like chess. You gotta really mentally be up there. So, mentally, I'm still staying sane. I appreciate all the opportunities, but I'm not done yet. You know what I mean? It's only the beginning. So I'm taking everything in heed into consideration, but I'm a workaholic. I'm just going to keep working.
Now, to take it back to the music, the whole Brick Squad era, how many tracks you done with Brick Squad?
I think I did 3. Me and Frenchie got 3 tracks. I got a joint in the cut with Waka. I got a joint in the cut with Woo. And I got a joint in the cut with like our family. Like a lot of people don't know, it's so crazy. I gotta mention this too. So 2000 and I want to say 13, I was just chilling in the crib one day, and I thought, I'm doing all this stuff. I'm traveling. I'm doing all this. Let me start a meet and greet. So I had a meet and greet at Black and Nobel. And when I got to Black and Nobel, so crazy because the first person that called me was PNB Rock manager. The boy up front that was the A&R for Atlantic Records, Orlando Warrenberg.
Okay.
And the first thing he said to me was like, "I see you. You out here working." And my billboard was out there and stuff like that. And right during the time when all that was happening, as you can see, Orlando Warrenberg is the same person that signed PMB, the same person that signed Kodak, the same person that signed A Boogie. So me being in Queens and being around Brick Squad and everybody looking up the Brick Squad, me being in Quad Studios, you know what I mean, all the time, you know what I mean, the legendary Quad Studios, you know what I mean, Vanilla Ice got hung off the balcony there by Suge. That's a legendary story. You know what I mean? Tupac got shot there. You know what I mean? And, yeah, I was able to bump shoulders with a lot of people. So needless to say, Waka Flocka, I got some joints with Fetty. I got some joints with A Boogie. Bump shoulders with Busta Rhymes in that joint. Like, I got a lot of joints in the cut, but I haven't been rapping. But the music that I got is still timeless. I feel as though I can drop it whenever I want to if I was to get back into that. And I had plans on getting back into that once I got around like 20th and I thought combining my rapping with my boxing, I think it'd be a good little thing. You know what I mean? So we're going to see how that work out.
Rap and box.
Yeah, maybe we're going to see how that work out.
So you got all that music, right? Mm-hmm. Frenchie get 25 years. Mm-hmm. How did that affect you?
It affected me mentally because I feel like I was on my hiatus, and it was that time like I was building all of that. I had a lot of interviews. People was coming to see me. People was checking in with me. But things happen. You know what I mean? Things happen. So like I said, I decided to just go back to my first love. I mean, of course, I'd rather be getting paid to rap than get punched in the face. You know what I mean? I'd rather get paid to talk. You know what I mean? But needless to say, that's why I'm here right now. You know what I mean? Trying to get paid off things like this and, sitting down, talking to people, using my voice, being the voice of reason for the city. A lot of people don't know I'm into a lot of political stuff, and, I'm a philanthropist. I've been feeding Philly for like the last 12 years.
Okay. Now, with the music, why did you have to go down south to get that?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like I had to go down south. I just felt like the lady that signed me and put me in that position, that was just the first start in the road. Like I did a 5-city tour in Atlanta. I did Clarkson, Decatur, Forest Park, Lithonia. I can't forget the last one, but yeah, that was just that. You know what I mean? So I ended up staying down there because I ran into Frenchie and, they was kind of like, no, stay down here. And that's just where the buzz took up from.
And you was in that era because around that time, you had, like you said, you had Whoa, you had Brick Squad, you had Frenchie, French Montana as well. Nicki Minaj was actually floating through there.
Yep.
So you was there at the peak of everybody's careers.
Yep, at the peak, sitting back, just chilling. You know what I mean? And it's so funny because at that time, they're a little older than me, but I was still able to see a little bit of the ending of the state prop era, the end of, who these other people I'm talking about, the end of state prop era, the end of...
You talking about Philly?
Yeah, Philly wise.
Oh yes,
Cassidy when he was going
Right.
up there messing with
Swiss.
and them. Like I was able to see all of that stuff being in New York.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. So now you in the boxing.
Yep.
That's a different
Whole
arena.
different thing.
You know,
It ain't different. You heard what I just said about UK. I had to go out UK to get
right.
it. Yeah, man.
So you got an up and coming fight, right?
Yep.
Can you elaborate on that card?
I don't know exactly who I'm fighting at this moment, but Gillian Wallow, they having a knockout party part 2, same place, Chase Fieldhouse down Delaware. Like I said, I want to know. I got a belt for them for the heavyweight division. I'm going to put that joint on the line and yeah, somebody going night. When I first started fighting, the first year and a half, I was at 270. I'm down to 185 right now. Yeah, man. I'm thinking about going back up to 200, but I just wanted to be able to lose that weight, feel my body, feel how like I move way differently than I did when I was at 270. I think everybody gonna understand why my name Velocity.
So how do you prepare for your weight class?
I ain't gonna lie. Like I just told you, my trainer is Mighty. He don't play. Like I don't know if y'all know him personally. Y'all been, bro. He not no slouch at all. So yeah, they making sure I'm doing everything I need to do, strength and conditioning. I'm out there getting my 2-3 miles in. I ain't gonna say every day because you don't really need that unless you're like super professional. So I'm gonna say I try to get at least 1 or 2 in. Yeah, I mean I go running at least 2-3 days out of the week and I'm eating healthy. I'm not eating past 7 o'clock. You know what I mean? I ain't out there getting all sexual active. I'm super duper focused. When I say this like my third, fourth life. We talked about the boxing, we talked about the rap, and I just feel like I'm not gonna let this opportunity slip away this time. Like I'm gonna be one of them people. You know what I mean?
Facts. So mentally, how do you prepare?
Mentally, I ain't gonna lie, like I've been to jail a lot of times, in my life. So with that being said, I kind of like keep things like that. Like, I'm quarantining. I ain't really dealing with too many people. I'm eating, I'm doing my workouts, I'm reading my books, I'm eating my fruit, I'm watching my little shows, I'm sleep before 8-9 o'clock. And I'm watching tapes. I'm watching some of the best fighters, and yeah, that's how I mentally prepare.
Now you spoke on gel. What was your gel experience like? What was you in for?
When it first started, I went in for a simple possession of weed. Me not knowing at the time how jail even worked, because I'd never been to jail before, I ended up signing a deal to get probation. That probation, no lie, extended for like 10 years. Yeah, I was going back and forth to jail for smoking weed, like absconding, running. Like I was a young boy still kind of at the same time, so it was vacation for me. No, you know what I mean? Just telling my story and telling the truth. Like it took me to go to jail for me to understand me going to disciplinary school. They groomed me for that. If I didn't pay attention and notice that this wasn't the right place for me, like my jail, DC, my home jail that I went to, it looked just like the school that I graduated from.
Wow.
Like exactly the same way. You know what I mean? So, I mean, me not having the mindset that I have now, it was like, you know what I mean? I'm going there, everybody know me, I'm beating everybody up, same people from the streets, my same wreck. It took me to keep going to jail to see the same people where I was like, dang, I'm in this revolving door too. And then when I had kids, it really slowed me down because I gotta be there for my kids. I want them to see the type of person I am. Actions speak louder than words. It's not like back then where you ain't see and know who a person was unless you knew who a person was. Like everything is visual now. So I mean, it's either if you doing it, they seeing it, or you ain't doing it.
How long did you do jail time?
I went to jail, no lie, probably like every year, or probably every 7-8 months from like 18 to like 25.
Wow.
26. You know what I mean? And yeah, my longest stint I ever did was 3 for a homicide. Kicked mom and dad door and looking for me and stuff like that. And I ended up getting out of that situation or whatever. But yeah, the longest I ever did was 3 years in DC on B block, on a homicide block. And I met a lot of people there too.
Now for the homicide, when you was convicted, am I correct?
Not convicted, but they were trying to charge. Yeah, they were trying to charge me with it.
Trying to charge you with
it. Yeah, so I was fighting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you got that news, like mentally, where was you at with it?
That was a shocking event to me too, honestly, to be always honest with you, because like I said, I went to jail for simple possession. So
Right.
I absconded. That's what led me back to jail. I had a judge only detainer. So when I got locked up, I had to sit until my judge felt like he wanted to see me and talk to me. So in that hold up, I was sitting in a cell one day, and anybody that go to jail know, like, if they wake you up, yeah, I mean, you could go to court in March. If they wake you up in January, 9 times out of 10, you just going to fill up the bus. They need 32 seats, and they going to randomly pick people to fill that bus up. So I got, woke up one day and I'm like, well, January, I'll go to court all the way into March. Like, what's going on? Anybody that fight homies know you got a court date every year when you fight a homie. You know what I mean? So make a long story short, I'm sitting in a cell one day, regular stuff when you're going down to go to court, the sheriffs come and get you. And I was in there left with these 3 guys, and they like, yeah, homicide detective here to get one of y'all. They bragging about they homies and stuff like that. They end up leaving. I end up being the person they come and get.
Wow.
So as we sitting in the car and he talking to me, it only took me to go into the room where I seen the folder where I knew, because the person name was on there. You know what I mean? And that's when I knew. You know what I mean?
How did it feel, once you got out for that case?
I'm not gonna lie, it was real relief because everybody be on this joint fraud, and I wasn't there. You know what I mean? I wasn't there at the time. I didn't know anything about it. And the reason how I got strung up is somebody I knew and I thought was my friend ended up calling me on the 3-way to get some information from me, not telling me that the person that got killed, baby mom, was on the phone. And the reason how I got out of jail was when he got killed, I was already in jail 6 months during that time. So even when he got killed, I was in jail.
Right, so you couldn't.
So I couldn't even have been there anyway. So that's really what saved me. If that wasn't the case, I'd probably still be in jail right now.
Wow,
crazy.
Wow. Yep. And after you got out, what was the first thing that you did for that 3-year stretch?
I ain't gonna lie, I kissed the ground. Like, I kissed the ground. I prayed right there. Like, I ain't even go nowhere. I prayed right there in front of the jail.
A lot of people that go to prison, man, well, let me say the ones that don't go to prison and they glorify, violence and things like that. It's like when they go to prison, do you ever wonder if they have like this sense of regret, or they're just like, hey, it's just another day?
I ain't even gonna lie. Me personally, I think they do, or they probably don't, because me being a person that's out here that just had this conversation with y'all, sometimes I be having survivor's guilt for people that I met in there, and things like that. So I could just imagine how they feel. But like I said, some people are groomed to be wolves. Like I said, I grew up with my mom and dad. I had to be smart enough to understand when I go outside with these people, I'm dealing with people that don't got a mom, don't got a dad, forced to hustle, forced to steal, forced to rock. So me having that knowledge and that sense of urgency and all that was kind of like, I'm dealing with, like, think about it. Like, I got more to lose than that person. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm really in a tight situation. So that just leads back up to what I said to you. When I went outside, I had to deal with wolves. So at a sense and at a point, I kind of understand.
Was it hard staying out versus going in?
Yeah, it was hard staying out, only because, like I said, I was in the streets and I picked up stuff late. So far as like working and stuff like that, like my record was messed up a little bit. Like, I was forced to be all the stuff that I thought I wanted to do. I was forced to do it now. And the people that I was forced around, they were wolves. You understand what I'm saying? They were wolves. So it's either pray or be a hunter. You know what I mean? Pray or hunter. It's like, you know what I mean? Don't nobody really want to be preyed on.
Philadelphia got a lot of violence going on throughout the course of the years. What's your take on it?
I just feel like we gotta have better policing. And what irks me about life and what irks me about Philly people is like this. Men, we have to understand, y'all. There's nothing wrong with having a disagreement and a misunderstanding and saying sorry. That's what makes you a man. It's like they see things differently. If I don't kill you, Nick gonna think I'm soft. I gotta do you right after this joint. It was too much disrespect. Nick, I know when they come see me, they gonna get dealt just like how I dealt you. You know what I mean? So Yeah, I think we just gotta get better at being able to put our pride to the side and have conversations as men. Yeah, man. I think we kind of weak. Yeah, man. I think these generations we kind of weak, man. Like I used to be able to get my whipping from my next door neighbor. Take me, your mom acting, your son acting crazy. The teachers in it, your son in the joint. It's like people soft now. It's like people will watch young boys smoke on the train or beat people up and just let it be. And just be like, hey, they ain't got nothing to do with me. And I understand. Yeah, I mean, I understand. You don't really want to get in nobody's situation now. You the person shot up and all that. But that I think that just was the difference from the OGs back in the day, the Black Panthers, all them people. They ain't care about none of that. They said what they said. It's going to be what it's going to be. And we standing on it. Yeah, man.
Now you got not just a regular Joe. You got rappers that's in the city dropping like
Flies.
And it feel like they're rushing to their grave.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that?
I definitely believe that, and the reason why is because it's like I said, everybody things is visual now. People want to be seen. People want to be heard. I did so much stuff off camera. No cameras was around with me growing up. I'm so lucky, and I'm out the way. I deal with that when I talk to God. You feel me? These young boys, they love glorify. I killed them. I did it. I did that. You know, y'all might put this in. Person might look at now. I'm a. Why you say that on the interview and all that? You know, people just
Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm.
What's your affiliation?
My affiliation is I'm an influencer in Philly. Yeah, I mean, she came across me some type of way. Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of pictures from my PR, and I felt as though that's something that I actually wanted to sit down with. Now, I like Kamala. I appreciate her for the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, she took care of me. Yeah, I mean, she made sure that I was sturdy on my side. But at the same time, me dealing with politics, I ain't like the interview we did. They made it look good. It was cool, but there's a lot of topics that I touched in there that I seen it was political because they didn't put it in the interview.
Why you think that?
Because it's political. It was going against what she said. Most of the stuff is, yeah, I mean, I'm a religious person. So most of the stuff was about the homosexuality. I was with Carmella, but that situation, I wasn't standing with her for.
Now, on her watch, I'm not just going to put it all on her, but on her watch, and Joe Biden's watch, it was, I believe they passed a law where trans can use the same restroom as women.
Yep. In jail, they could get surgeries.
I didn't know that.
Yep. In jail, they could get surgeries and stuff, and those type of things. I don't want to get too into it, but my take on it is I just remember being a little kid, and when people was about to kiss, the screen went black.
I remember that.
So I'm just trying to figure out where everybody just come out the closet and everybody can say what they want, do what they want. I wasn't with that. You know what I mean? That's all. I was raised in regardless if it was religion. I was raised in a household where my mom and dad had me, and that's the only way it was supposed to be.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, Kamala, she lost the election to Donald Trump.
Yep.
Where did that leave you, being as though that, you were affiliated with her, with her campaign and somewhat?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Anybody that know me and know how I come, I ain't signed to nobody. I mean, I just told you about the deal I got, but anybody know I'm freelance. I do whatever I want. I say what I want. I go wherever I want, and don't tie me down to nobody. If you're gonna tie me to anything and I'm gonna deal with anybody consequences, make sure it's under my name. Yeah, I mean, so
did you agree with some of her policies?
I ain't gonna lie. No, we touched on a little bit of them just now when I told you what I wasn't standing on. But if you watch the interview that I did with her, the first thing how it started off, I said she already been a vice president for the last 4 years. What has she done that'll make you think that she could actually take on a full presidency? So I was already against her. When I came to the interview, they brought me in the interview just to be that voice of reason to go against everybody that actually was even there for her. You know what I mean? So, I was the person that was there spitting. Like I said, they made it to a point where it looked good for her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but it got heated in that room. We did a lot of talking.
A lot of people don't know that she was actually the president for 85 minutes.
Yeah, facts.
A lot of people don't know that. And
True.
with that 85 minutes, she did nothing.
And my fault, I don't mean to cut you off, but my last question to her was this. My record kind of crazy. They had another sit down with Kamala where I was supposed to be. They all reached out to me. I had to get clearances to be able to come sit down with her. I couldn't sit down with her because my record a little crazy. But my last question to her was, why can't I come sit down and talk to you? But the person you fighting against a whole felon.
Wow. What was her
Like,
take?
this is stuff that wasn't in the interview. Like, you understand? I was talking too much stuff to the point where they was like, where I understand politics, you have to be politically correct. I'm not a politically correct person. I say what I want. Yeah, man. That's just how I was, raised. Be a man you stand on. You don't walk around on eggshells.
Right. Right. So after the election, Trump won, Kamala didn't.
Yep.
Do you have any expectations for President Donald Trump?
That's a crazy question because I didn't really see. I'm bittersweet about that whole situation because it's like on one take when I watch everything that's going on, it's kind of like he's spitting a lot of good stuff. Like he trying to get rid of the LGBT stuff. Period. You know what I mean? He's trying to kind of get rid of like the whole school thing where you see a lot of schools shutting down. They're not doing the same arithmetic that they used to do, so he trying to change that around and have better schooling for us, so that I'm rocking with. But when I read into Project 2025, me being somebody that I say my record not the best, is kind of like he trying to send people like me to jail. He said on the interview, she asked him at the presidential debate, she said, so what you gonna do with all the illegal immigrants and stuff that came over? He said, I'm gonna lock them all up. She said, how you gonna do that? You gonna send them to everybody's crib? He said, yeah, the cops will knock on everybody's door and search that joint as if it was jail during the shakedown and make sure nobody living in the house that ain't supposed to be there. You know how many felons in Philly, probably? People, you know how many shootouts is going to be? You know how many people hiding?
One question that I ask people is, how's your mental health? We always say, hey, how you doing, man? How's your mental health?
It fluctuates, it fluctuates. I'm getting to the point in my life where, like I said, I'm getting to the point where I'm learning how to take the good with the bad and not complain too much and just be grateful in the opportunity and just being able to learn the information, good or bad. However I apply it, that's on me. But yeah, mentally, I'm okay. I could be better, but like I said, I was groomed into being a man, not being emotional. You know what I mean? Not complaining, life goes on. You know what I mean? Be about your money, not in your feelings. Ain't no money there. You know what I mean? And us as men that get to us sometimes. You know what I mean? We want to fuck. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna lie. At the end of the day, when I always sit back and after the complaining and everything, I'm actually happy God made me a man. You know what I mean? I think I was strong enough for that purpose. Yeah, I love every second and step of it. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Have you been in tune with this new era of female MCs?
Yeah and no. And the reason why I said that, I'm just being condescending. Like I've seen it, but I try not to. And the reason why is because it always brings me back to that Biggie movie when Kim rapping and he like, nobody want to hear that gangster shit. Let me hear that sexy shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, I be watching too many females talking that shoot him up, bang, bang, And then the other half besides that is be a whore, fuck these niggas, get that money. So, I don't know. I'm here. I'm just here.
Right. Do you think that that females is exploiting themselves more today?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, that's another reason why I was there with Miss Harris. You know what I mean? I'm all about women independency. I want to be there to show. I got daughters. I want to be able to show them what? You can be the best person you want in your life. It ain't nothing out here that you can't be. But at the same time, it's kind of like, Yeah, that's not I don't think that's the way that you want to portray yourself and be, known for and stuff like that. You feel me?
Well, they
Yeah.
say it's only for entertainment, but some of these
mean-
artists take it further than that.
Yeah, I mean, it is entertainment, but for whose entertainment? you understand what I'm
Whoever's
saying?
in that library.
Because it gets to a point where it's like for instance, right? And I don't want to throw shade out there, but it's like I might send my daughters with their mom when they come back to me, it's sexy red all day, and I'm looking at them like, oh, how you know this and what you talking about, and but I be having it. That's why I say for who entertainment is it for? Because for me, I'm saying nah. For her, she's saying yay. Yeah, man. So how do I discipline my daughters in that medium in the middle? Because it's like, all right, it is just entertainment. I can't be mad. You know what I mean? You might like the song you're doing, but you got to be careful on what you putting out in the world. And that's why I'm happy I could do these interviews and I could show people who I am, and they could fall in love with not just Velocity the boxer, but Stanley James III. You know what I mean? That's really why I love doing interviews and stuff like that, because you get to see the man behind probably what I'm saying. You might get a wrong impression of something that I did. I might have to explain it, but we live in a world of social media where you can't pick apart everything I said in 30 seconds.
Right. But you can say, hey, I've been where y'all at.
Right.
I had a second chance.
Yep.
And I'm going to make it count.
Yep. For sure. Yep, for sure. And I ain't just got to tell you, I could show you. You know what I mean?
Philadelphia. I ask this question a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the gatekeeper or the gatekeepers?
It's so crazy because I'm not one to bite my tongue, so I don't want to make it seem like I don't want to answer this question. But honestly, because I do feel some type of way, I feel like it is a couple people I could mention. But at the same time, with me being able to be out here shaking and moving, ain't no gatekeepers. I'm going to do whatever I want to. I'm going to say whatever I want to. I'm outside. You know what I mean? You don't believe it, put the money up, get your best fighter. You know what I mean? You get your fighters, whatever's going on. You know what I mean? And that's just going to be what that's going to be. You know what I mean? And I say that to say not just me being cocky. I feel like everybody can do that. There's no such thing as a gatekeeper. The only person that's going to gatekeep you from doing anything is yourself. Because who said you couldn't do it? Now, people going to backbite. People going to have their conversations with people. People going to X you out of rooms and stuff like that. But that's why you got to show up every time. You got to show up. You feel what I'm saying?
Who's your dream fight?
I ain't going to lie. And it's so crazy because it's kind of happening, tonight. I don't know when it's going to come out, but Jake Paul. You know what I mean? To me, my dream fight is Jake Paul. And let me explain to you why. It's going to be Jake Paul, Conor McGregor, or Logan Paul. And the reason why is because they are the people that opened up this outlet for me to run around the world and get money how I'm getting money. Without being that person that's supposed to be that person. Because you said so. Yeah, I mean, no disrespect. I feel like I got a lot of buzz and I got a lot of more than people from Philly that's them niggas and they professional boxers and been boxing since they was 7. And I started 2 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? So like I said, it's going to be one of them 3. They opened it up. You know what I mean? Logan, if I'm mistaken, he fought Floyd. I mean, Conor McGregor, ever since then, all you hear about was influencer fighting, influencers and here and there. And I've been able to get a lot of money. So they open up doors for me without me having to go pro and being an actual sanctioned USA boxing.
November the 15th is the day.
Yep.
Is a really, really, really important fight that's taking place in the next 2-3 hours.
All right, so we're gonna go back to what I just said. It does matter on the fact that it's important, but it depends on how you looking at it and what type of person you are. Like for the people that grew up and watched Tyson, for them, they don't care. But for the people that grew up and watched Jake become a person that's about to fight Tyson means everything. You understand? It's just like watching Trump become president.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So
who you got?
I ain't gonna lie. Me being a boxer and me being a person that actually go to the gym and watch professional boxers and having to learn and fall in love with the whole process of being a boxer. Yeah, boxing is like riding a bike. I don't think Jake gonna be able to do anything with Tyson if he remembers who Tyson was these last 60-something years.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's really like riding a bike. When I I was the best fighter I felt like in Philly. When I got in that ring, I was fighting 16, 17-year-olds that was tuning me up, 13-time national champions and stuff like that. I'm thinking I'm going to go in there and demolish these young boys. No, boxing is a science. You have to respect the fighter, bro. You have to, because they really put blood, sweat, and tears into that.
Now, last night at a press conference, shout outs to Teflon Promotions.
Shout out to
You was
Dom.
in the building.
Yeah, shout out to Dom. That's one of the first gyms I started at. Yeah, me and Dom met each other, me spending the night at some girl house, and I ended up fighting some guy on the block, and he like, yo, you want me to help? And once I found out he had the gym, I wanted to go support him, and that's where I started at.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
man. Yep.
It was a boxer there that was on the on the stage, and one of the things that he said was that he don't prepare, he don't get in there and spar and stuff like that.
Stepper, I'm gonna see you too. We got the same name. I actually
I didn't say the name.
Listen, it's cool. I'm gonna say I actually popped up because they said Stepper was in the building. I wanted to show everybody, even though my name Velocity, there's only one Stepper in there. Yeah, I mean, so shout out to him. But see, it's so crazy. I don't know if y'all seen, but I'm one of the people that had my hands up. I eventually put it down, but one of my questions to him was going to be the same thing I said to you. Yeah, I mean, even though Jeff Gann is old, even though, you know, with all the stuff that you hear and people said he did, with all the stuff that you hear he did, what makes you think that you, a regular person who come in this joint and be playing and don't take this serious, that you going to get in this joint and you going to just outbox this man? Now, true, when you put them gloves on, you can get in the ring and anything is possible. I'm not going to lie, anything is possible. But the odds of it is like 9 out of 10. You feel like you feel what I'm saying, bro?
Did he look ready?
Me knowing Stepper, because we got a personal relationship too. That's my guy. I love him to death. You know, that's my boxing brother. You know what I mean? He not. That's going to be bad. Salute to him though. You know what I mean? Like, our fighters got heart. I think he's going to get in there like Hustle said. He got heart. He's going to get in there and fight you. But boxing is mental. Sometimes you got to think. Sometimes you're just thinking and just being real with yourself is going to get you wherever you need to go. You know what I mean? And I say that because when I first started a year and a half ago, I was in there with him. So Stepper and them might tell you, no, he fought some of my friends. Velocity guy's ass whooped. I did. I used to get my ass whooped every day going in that gym thinking I was going to be one of them niggas I got tired of getting my ass whooped. I stayed consistent. I ain't come to the gym one day out of the month. I'm there every day getting my ass whooped, all until I don't want to get my ass whooped no more. And I know I'll fight these niggas back. And now I'm ready for them niggas that think they, you know what I mean? So
I interviewed Jesse Hart yesterday.
My guy, I love Jesse, man. That's my man. Jesse one of the reasons why I fight. You know what I mean? Jesse always motivated me from the amateurs, because I ain't just started boxing. Like I was like a couple other people, jumped in the ring here and there and played with it when I was a young boy. So I seen Jesse coming up and I watched him. One of my best friends is Jamie Showtime Stafford. You know what I mean? I watched them fight a couple times. Lonnie Jackson, like I came up in that era. Danny Garcia, he was in my classroom. That was my classmate. Like I seen Danny every day. You know what I mean? I started boxing at his gym when I was a young boy. That's how you might see on the page I'm with Angel, and, you know, shout out to Eric Outlaw Hunter. You know what I mean? He let me come to the gym and spar Dapper and stuff like that. And yeah.
In boxing, you said that it's a mind game sport.
It's
mental sport. I'm sorry.
mental.
For those that go in there and they just want to swing they muscle around and things like that, what you guys say to those guys?
I mean, it's good if you want to come to the gym and just let off aggression and stuff like that. But if you're taking it serious and you run into somebody that got good ring IQ, oh yeah, he gonna pick you apart. Because it's people that's not playing. Like with anything in life, you got the people that, you know, they in and out, and then you got people that take it serious. Like Jesse was serious when he was up there talking and spitting that stuff on stage. Jesse been doing this since he was 7. Like, you feel that? It's people that been doing this since they was kids. I remember me and Danny being in the gym at 10, 11, 12. They talk about he gonna be the one. I remember driving around the city watching his dad have him run up and down to actually pitting on the TV. Like, he was in class telling me, like, boy, bro, I'm about to stop coming to school. I'm about to be that bull. Bro, I started watching him on TV. I'm fighting at one of his gyms now. Like, that's inspiring, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This November the 24th, am I correct? What's going on?
November 24th. Oh yeah, the give back, man. You know what I mean? This is one of my philanthropist work, you know what I mean? Things that I do. I'm 12 years and running. I got I Run Philly LLC. It's actually a nonprofit. You know what I mean? I don't know why I named it that. It's actually a 501(c)(3). And it's just me giving back to the community. One of my biggest things that I always wanted to do was be able to open up a recovery house or somewhere the state funded, and I wanted to be able to help and take care of the community and stuff like that. And yeah, it's going to be a big event. It's down West Philly. I don't know the exact location because I ain't got the flyer, but I'm a say somewhere around 52nd to Lancaster. And we're going to get back to the city. Right now, we already got down about 100 to 150 people we're going to be, supplying and donating food to. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of supporters there. Hopefully I see you guys there. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a good time. Come out. See, if you know me from anywhere and you see me grow up to here and there, come through and support. You know what I mean? Even if you don't donate, come just use your hands. Help me give out stuff to these people in situations, and make sure we all have a blessed holiday. Like I said, I'm religious. I'm not going to throw my religion out there. I don't like to mix that with everything, but I don't celebrate it. But at the same time, I would love to see other people celebrate and have a good time. You know what I mean? I ain't going to be a party pooper because I ain't what I'm into. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're going to take care of Philly the best way we know how.
Speaking of Philadelphia, what are one of the best moments in your experience in living in Philadelphia that you miss and you wish that it was, brought back?
I'm gonna say just being a child going to school. I remember like you could have misunderstandings and you could fight. People would shake hands. People would go to class. Worst thing I had to worry about is probably your block coming to my block. You know what I mean? Or your school coming to my school after school. Ain't nobody getting shot. Ain't nobody getting killed. I'm trying to tell you, niggas are so... People and these men are scared to get punched in the face. I'm trying to tell you, that's what we missing. These people need to get punched in the face again.
It's too much pride out here, man.
Like,
it's a platform for everybody to speak and be vocal.
You feel what I'm saying? People need to get punched in the face more. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody quick to the gun because they don't know how to fight. Because I believe that too. It was way more boxing gyms with us growing up too. I can only name a couple, but when we was younger, it was a lot of boxing gyms in Philly, Powell's recreation centers. As you see, they shut all them joints down. So what's the streets? The streets plus the internet. So everybody that used to be outside is on the internet. And that's where everybody do they talking. So when people run into each other in the street, is on.
You spoke of Powell's, man. Is that the one that was down South Philly on Tasker or Oregon?
No, a lot of them.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? That joint, my era, I used to go up to like 11th and I think that's like, I want to say maybe around Erie, because most of my family from like Alany, Huntington Park, and Feltonville. You know what I mean? And yeah, I miss all them days. Like, I remember me and my friends being outside on the block until 8 o'clock at night till the street lights came on, mom yelling your name. And I remember all that. It's like, it's different. Young boys running around 13, 12 with Glocks. They ain't even got, it's like the sex gender thing. How you 12 and got a gun? You don't even know if you like this yet. You just like killing people. Like, I'm confused. I wasn't in a rush to go to jail when I was a young boy. I went there only for the simple fact I didn't have no sense, but I wasn't trying to kill people. I was just misguided and, that's it.
Just wilding out.
That's just wilding out. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not that. I'm like y'all, like like bro just said. Like, I don't care how thorough a person try to make it seem. I'm not trying to go to jail forever for anybody, and I'm not out there pitting that out there. I'm not broadcasting it. Don't do nothing to me. I don't want to do nothing to you. You know what I mean? I'd rather you go home and I go home tonight.
I mean, like I tell people, I never put myself in a situation where I got to explain myself.
Right.
If I know that person is in the streets, I'm not going to be around you. I'm not going to place myself around you because most likely we might get caught up in something. I don't want to have to go through all that. So I always I don't put myself in a situation where I got to explain myself. It's all about being responsible.
Yeah, that's what it all boils down to. And I don't mean to keep throwing that in there, but I think it does have things to do with people, places, and things.
Right.
Because in our era and growing up, you ain't really have to worry about that. Nobody seen Velocity or knew Velocity unless you really knew me. I could be in the same room as you. You could be talking about me and not even know I'm there if you never seen me. Everything visual now. So the reason why people have to think like how you just said is because everybody take pictures with people. So now you gotta be held responsible. If my man just killed your man and I was watching you in this picture and there's 5 of y'all, oh yeah, it's up now. I don't care if you was just a regular basketball player, you went swimming, you shouldn't have been in the picture. It's up right now.
Guilty by association.
You feel what I'm saying? So
how you navigate through all of that?
I just mind my business. One thing that I learned in life is if you just mind your business, it's like when the cops lock you up, you got the right to remain silent. It's that simple, brother. You just mind your business. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I live life and it's kind of crazy. I don't want to say I'm institutionalized, but I use life as jail. Like jail taught me a lot of them things that I should have knew. Mind my business. If that ain't yours, don't even look at it. Don't ask about it. You know what I mean? All that type. I use them same situations to apply it to the street. Just mind my business. If I'm always focused and I'm flying out and I'm fighting and I'm doing this, I can't be in your way anyway.
Wow. I can't.
I ain't gonna lie, like I don't mean to throw this in there, but bro, I be having death threats. People just told me like, yeah, at your event, I'm gonna come shoot that joint up. Like, bro, I be having death threats and everything. I'm regular, bro. I walk everywhere. I be outside. I mind my business, but I be having to understand it's just social media too. You got to understand we in the era of trolling. Trolling is an actual thing. It's people that love trolling. Like a nigga will burn you out all day just to see a reaction and have you mad. And he's sitting in the crib in the basement. He not gonna do nothing to nobody. But you all riled up now. You done argue with main man up the street that's really on wreck time. So now you really about to die. You know what I mean? It's just a lot that go on to that. You know what I mean?
That's real. That's real, man.
And can't nobody do nothing to me. I'm not cocky, but I don't move around. My tag. Yo,
you
right that one time, right? I did great. You know what I mean? It's, it's just like I move around strategically. You know what I mean? If I ain't doing stuff like this, I always got security with me to a point where you would think I'm super duper famous. If I'm going to an event, I got security with me for sure.
Oh man. And a lot of these rappers, I definitely suggest that to them.
Yes. I don't.
But we caught up in this era
That's
where
what I'm saying.
You want to be the real guy. You want to be that one, oh, I don't need security. I'm about what I'm about.
But let's give credit where it's due. We watching so many people lose and trying to do that, we might have a whole new era that come because we ain't watching a person be successful that did it.
I haven't seen one.
You feel everybody going to jail right now. Dead or in jail, everybody.
Speaking of jail, it's a lot of our celebrities that is our color, our culture. They're right now incarcerated, you know, due to allegations and things like that. We should take.
Same thing we just talked about. People, places, and things. People being around the wrong people. You know what I mean? People just need to use their brain more. I think just think, play chess, be strategic, think about things that you do before you do it and stuff like that. Because it's like, I'm watching a lot of people go to jail for is either their entourage or them just being sloppy. And it's crazy because we'll watch 5 other people go to jail for the same thing and watch them still go to jail. So people not really learning from what's like, you feel what I'm saying? Because it's a culture thing. Like it shows you to be down. That's why I say I don't be walking around scared and nervous out of here, but I understand why my dad always wanted me to not lean towards the street. You feel what I'm saying? My dad wanted me to be in tip top shape right now, walking around with my gun license. So when we run into them people that we talking about, I ain't got nothing to worry about. When I walk inside them buildings and in them courtrooms and stuff, they gonna be like, oh, boy right there, the one that been here every week, that got court cases, the boy that he got 5 homicides he just beat, yeah, I'd have killed him too. Let that man go home. He ain't have a choice. His back was against the wall. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, bro. I just feel like people just glorifying the wrong things. Like, people got gangster being confused with being a man. It's not the same thing. Like, I'm not a gangster. I'm a man. Just don't play with me. I'm gonna stand on all them same things the gangster probably gonna do, but I don't glorify it because I'm not a gangster. I don't think that's gangster, me taking care of my family, hurting them. Like, I think above that. Like, if you come do something to my daughter, right, and I kill you, I'm gonna go to jail and never see my daughter. How helpful was that? Like, really think about it. Like, who's worth that? Me to kill them to go away from my family forever, but that put me in a dangerous game because he don't care about that. My family gonna kill me anyway. He don't got nothing better else to do. You know what I mean? So I stay away from those type of people, and I won't never be mentioned in them conversations because I'm past that. You feel what I'm saying? When I was a young boy, and I just told you, me going to jail 13, 16, 17, I was living in rooms for like $300 a month selling drugs. Like, what? I ain't need nobody. I was chilling. Drugs was up at the time. It was up. Me right now, at the age that I am, if I go to jail and got to restart, it'll fuck everything up. Everything. I'll probably be homeless. I can't afford that. I don't got nobody to fall back on and stuff. Like, it's really me. And I got kids. I got like 7. Most of my kids is girls. So all I hear is, Daddy, what's this? They ask 1,000 questions. I gotta stand on it. Feel what I'm saying? I gotta be a great example.
Rapper Troy Ave got this thing that he he got this thing that he said is called "The Streets is a Myth." Do you believe that?
Yes, I do. And let's talk about Troy Ave's situation. It goes into everything we just talked about. A person will have to end up Troy Ave. Think about being a regular person, right? You just want to be a rapper. You got a guy that's trolling you all day, every day, right? You run into this guy. Remind you did nothing to this guy. He just voicing his opinion, but he's being real disrespectful. You go check this guy, right? He's the gangster, though. You just a regular person. You ain't trying to promote gangster. You just a regular person. Now you got to actually kill him or do something to him because he tried to kill you. And now you're in jail and people going to try to say you're a rat. But what do you do in that situation? Your back was against the wall. You had to do what you had to do. Everything's on camera and it all happened because of him. What was I supposed to do? I never want to get caught in a Troy Ave situation because it's like, I don't think he was wrong. I think he did everything he was supposed to do. Like, that's the only way it could have turned out.
Some would say
That's
the
what I'm
guy,
saying.
rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm.
He was was it Rolling 60s Neighborhood Crip?
Yep.
So the guy that killed him was also a Crip.
Yep.
And they say before, he killed Nipsey that I guess Nip, they had some words, and one of the things that Nip had said was he was a rat.
Mm-hmm.
So in the streets, like if we take away the star Nipsey Hussle, the rapper Nipsey Hussle, on the street, when somebody call you a rat to your face, are you supposed to stand on business after being called that?
I mean, any man on any side of the world would tell you the 2 worst things to be called is a rat or a faggot. Especially if you're not into those things. It's like, it's certain things that you can't get off your name because people not around you that much. You know what I mean? So once people start thinking about what you're doing on your spare time when they ain't around you, people gonna start trying to 1 + 1 = 2, and like, you don't even want that on yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, when you're in the streets, that has to happen. That's why I don't want to be in the streets. I don't want to live by those rules. You know what I mean? Those suckers rule. Cause think about the only people that benefit. Nip took care of a lot of people. He tried to take care of that one situation messed that all up. That one situation, a couple seconds. I just told you I've been to jail. You know how many people I talked to that they in there for a couple of seconds, only off emotions, didn't even have a chance to think about that. Yeah, bro. Like, I be feeling good out this joint having a second chance because it's people I met that they don't have a second chance to think.
So is it safe to say that even though he killed Nipsey Hussle on a street code, it was a validation of him doing what he did?
I mean, on the street side, if I was to look at it, I mean, I don't want to say Nip deserved it, but on the street level, I mean, that's what comes with it. I mean, you could expect to call a guy a faggot or a rat, and he gonna come see you about that. Like, that's what happens in the street. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm an innocent civilian, if I call you rat faggot and I know you're about to do something to me, I'm just gonna call the cops on you. I'm gonna tell it that's who did it. That's him. He did it. But we talk about street people. Remember, the cops not involved in that. It is street schools, you know. So to him, the right thing to do is, all right, if I kill you, everybody gonna know what I did. See, the wrong thing about it is he did everything on camera and stuff like that. And if it wasn't, it probably still would just be in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? I could be wrong. I think a couple people read in it too, but that's why I don't do the street stuff. You know what I mean? People, I'm trying to tell you, people like, you never know how, like, people always think it's thorough until you get to that room. A lot of people never been in that room. That really tells who you is after that, not before. Like, you really can't tell a person before you get in that room. You know how many people did stuff with people and now they found out they rats after they can't even take back what they did, so you're gonna be in jail forever. Oh, because you went on a mission with somebody that you wasn't even for sure of.
So do you think that everybody uses this word rat and snitching? Is they using it in the right terms? Because when I was growing up, if you ratting, that means you ratting on your cold day, the person you was doing the crime with at the time. But to those that are seeing an innocent woman getting her purse snatched, you know what I'm saying, or beat up or whatever, you still call it a snitch because you called the cops. How does that work?
Yeah, they got, like you said, they got it confused. Is this a snitch is for only people in the streets. A regular bystander and a citizen, a civilian, is a civilian, bro. They go and do all that civilian stuff, and you can't be mad at them. Why would you go to, like, just think about the actual reality of it. You're going to war with me, right? My parents probably know your parents, and the whole streets talk. You gonna kill me even if I don't tell on you. My mom gonna be mad that she's seen her son die. You're going to go to jail. Somebody's going to tell on you. Like, it's common sense. It's not back in the day. We got cameras everywhere. Even if the Poppy store ain't got a camera, your next door neighbor got a ring, but is not, bro, is no, even if they don't catch you on this block, they trailing you all the way from West Philly to South Philly, watching this camera to this camera. They lining everything, bro. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not. You're going to go to jail.
You said it's different when you inside that room with them with those cops.
Yes.
Everybody live up to this gangster persona till they in that room. How many people have you far as situations did you come across where they had to cooperate?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm be always honest. Everybody snitched. Everybody told. Everybody. Yeah, everybody. I can't. Even when you watch the drug dealer movies, everybody told. Everybody.
It's to save their own skin.
That's it. That's what it's about. Life is about survival. Even if you don't want to. If me and you was in a fight right now, I mean, if I'm just a complete cold turkey, yeah, you can have your way with me. But a natural human being, your instincts is to survive and fight back. That your body gonna do it by itself anyway, even if you ain't try it. That's just how a human body operate. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I don't get into gangster stuff. I don't do stuff. And if I move, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna move all by myself. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's a Marine pop type stuff or me just being the only boy. Like, it's just me and my sister. I grew up in neighborhoods where I had to choose if I was going to be in this gang, that gang. I had to fight 30 different people every day because I'm not picking no side. It's just me. I always went to war with people. They got 15 cousins. They got 30. It's just me. I always had to deal with those type of things. So I learned how to be by myself and be on my lonesome. I watched 15 people grow up together and watch 12 of them be rats. 2 of them be faggots. Like, I watch these things and it's like, I don't want to be a part of that. If I'm going to do anything, I'm just going to do it by myself. Because who really got your best interest at that? Like, think about it. You sitting in a room, right? And the cops tell you, you're about to do 60 years. Never going to see your girlfriend again. You ain't going to get no WAP. You ain't going to be able to watch TV comfortable. You ain't going to be able, like, your life never going to be the same. But if you give us Main Man, You give us main man. We might be able to get you off or just 2 years. Bro, niggas gonna tell. I'm telling you, they gonna tell. Man, it's just an art of survival, being a human being. You wanna try to get back to your folks, get back to what you know.
Even regardless of them putting that on your name.
I mean, this is a great conversation right now, right? And this was going to mess it up. Even though you just asked me that question, you watch the internet just as much as me. This the year of the rats. Rats is actually what's in now. You can get paid off being a rat, Woody. You know what I mean? You can get paid off being a rat. It's popular now. It's crazy. You talk about you got a person from North Philly that got a talent that could go to the league. He ain't getting drafted, nobody looking at him, but a person could rat and make a lifestyle out of it. That's crazy. I bet you even be surprised on how many people live in Philly or in New York that's even on payroll for being confidential informants. You know how much a confidential informant get paid?
That's facts.
Like, you understand? Like,
Look at the mafia.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Man.
It's a cash cow business.
Man, even that, man. Shout out to my old head, Joey Marlino, South Philly.
My guy,
yeah, man, that's my guy. Yeah. And my mom from South Philly, Past Young Projects. I came up hearing and knowing about him. So me being in the mix of him, supporting everything I got going on. Hopefully y'all see me on this podcast soon. We've been talking about that. Yeah, man, that's dope.
Yeah. Marlino, he's doing a lot of things, and he stand on no rats. He stand on his loyal. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So everything you hear.
First black, and my fault, I could be wrong. I don't know, but I'm just going to throw this out there. First black person he looked out for ended up being a rat. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
You understand 100%. What I'm saying, bro?
That's true.
100%.
We waited for thousands of years for minorities to coexist. We let this boss mob boy get his hand on black rappers and get them signed, and the nigga turn a rat. Like, what be going on, bro?
Facts.
He definitely took a chance on him.
You'll never see that again in the world. What Italian or mafia person going to look out for a black person? You're never going. That was the last time we ever seen that. He messed it up for everybody.
And who are we talking about?
Not really.
Tommy Hill, right? Yep. Tommy Hill.
They had a good run, Ram Squad.
Yes, they did.
When that came out in the newspaper, Tommy cooperating, where was you at with it?
I think I might have been a little young. So I'm just gonna say I probably was still in school. I think I probably just started going to high school. You know what I mean? Around that time. So I mean, yeah, that's why I read up a lot about it and was able to the internet was coming around, so you was able to see stuff on YouTube and pin people faces to, certain things and stuff. So when I seen it, like I said, me knowing the history of like slavery and black people and all the other minorities, to me, when I seen it, it was like, who does like that was the dumbest thing ever. He probably was giving you work, all types of stuff probably was going on, and you did all that just to rat on somebody that, bro, you ratting on somebody that didn't have to look out for you. He took all his time and stuff to try to help you for you to turn around and bite him in the ass, bro. Like, that's no loyalty, bro. That's no loyalty at all.
Now, at that age, did you understand the dynamics of the situation?
Yeah, only for the simple fact, my first day, well, this is a couple years before, but my first day going to, like, I swear, and I wouldn't lie to you, my first day moving in Feltonville and going to school, I had one best friend that was my homie. When we went to school, 5th grade, I was probably like 10 to 11, bro. Like, I watched him take a 22 out his pocket and pit it across the street under some dirt while we was going to school in 5th grade. And as days started going on, I was able to see, like, yeah, even though my house is a nice household, yeah, this joint real where my mom and dad just moved at. Like, I'm in 5th grade. Like, I was a little more advanced only for the simple fact that, I don't know, I just always had questions and, I was a little nosy young boy. I wanted to know why everything was.
Why do you think the rappers glorify the non-ratting thing?
I mean, it's sorry to say, but it gets to a point on how you look at it as far as glorifying, because even if it wasn't rapping, nothing thorough about telling on anybody. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's nothing thorough about telling on anybody. Why you gonna tell on somebody if you could just mind your business? You feel what I'm saying? Why you telling on anybody? Just mind your business.
Well, you got people that don't, directly have any affiliations with people that are doing crimes, and they might get caught up in something, and some of them they take the charge, and some of them they don't take the charge. Do you feel like, if I'm not caught up in this crime with you, should I be doing 40 years for you?
All right, so no disrespect, no. But see, that's where conspiracy come from. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's a such thing as conspiracy. You around all this stuff. You want to act like you don't know you is happening, but you want to be a part of gang. Well, be a part of gang. Go ahead. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Y'all wake up every day together, watching your draws, all that. Yeah, it's up. You know what I mean? That's it. That's why I say mind your business. That's it. Hey, I'm not going to feel like a nut if y'all all three pull up and be like, yo, we about to go in the shootout. I'm not going. I'm Doughboy. Let me out.
Just like they did in Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, just let me out. Just let me out the car. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to know what's for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all. And like I said, I'm not scared. I'm not running for nobody. If it come to a point where my back gonna be against the wall, I'm gonna stand on it just like I stand on anything else. But I'm not inviting it, and I don't want it to happen. I don't want to take you from your family. I want you to take me from mine. Just go home, go in the crib, get some sleep. You're probably angry. You know what I mean? We'll talk about it tomorrow. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I'm gonna mind my business. Go home, take care of my family, do everything I'm supposed to be doing.
Why is it for our culture? Why is it so hard for us to just walk away as men?
See, not saying you don't know, but it's like people act like they don't understand. Let's not forget we black. Let's not forget about how we was raised. Let's not talk about how we don't know our great grandfathers and our we don't know nothing past something. So that's why we angry, because we don't know nothing. I would be angry like we don't know anything. How another black person going to tell you how to be a black person if we ain't even got a book or understanding on how it is to be a black person? Everybody else do. Everybody know their heritage.
We're the only culture that never unifies. So if you coming up, your homies around you, or your girl, they feel like they entitled.
Yep.
They gonna do everything to what?
To pull you back down.
So this is, in this world right now, that's what's happening. People want to rep. So, like, touching base off what you said, it's based off of people don't want to be accountable as men. There's too much pride.
Yep.
Ignorance to the fact because you don't read.
Yep.
You don't like to discover who you are to be able to unify with your brothers and sisters. So how was that growing up with you? Like, how did that work? Especially because you was an artist at one time.
All right, so it's crazy because my balance was always my grandma and grandfather. Like, my mom and dad was regular people, even though my dad went to the Marines, and even though, my mom was a stay-at-home mom and she worked sometimes, it's kind of like me living there with them was different from when I visited my grandma and my grandpa's house. They was pastors. So I was able to see the good and the bad. And it gave me a choice to actually be in the middle and be able to see, all right, which way I want to go. But it always gave me a great conscience to know, even if I wanted to, I'm not going to go that way because I know better. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was always my balance.
Velocity, man, it was a pleasure having you on the platform,
always,
bro.
Man.
You
always.
dropped some gems, man,
always.
And a lot of information with
always.
a great message, man. I had to end it.
All right, my bad. I just wanted to say one last thing that I could bring in there.
Go, hurry up.
All right, cool. All right, so just us having that conversation about that goes back into when I had the whole debate with the Harris campaign and stuff. I was saying this, and this was one of the main factors that I had in the interview that didn't pop out. I said, all right, so we just had Asian rights, correct? They was doing this whole thing, no abusing Asians and all that. All right, we waited 12 years. Well, I can't even say 12, a lot of years to get a black president. First thing he do, even though he gave us health insurance, he gave us LGBT. The first thing he did when he came, he just, okay, so that's that. Now, we got something where Kamala just said if she was doing whatever she was doing, she was going to do something for Puerto Ricans. When we going to get something for black people? For us? Why is nobody that's in politicians or any of that fighting for black rights? It's like it's abolished. Like it's like it'll never make sense. It'll never happen. Like, so, you know. Yeah, I had to get that off. Because they ain't going to the other interview. And that's what I've been trying to get out there. Me being in the mix of everything. It's like, we can't keep acting like, they can't keep acting like we got problems and don't know what the problems is.
Right.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? They created it. They created it. Every white person I know in other race of people I know their great grandmas. They got heirlooms passed down. Like, I don't. Do you know yours? You know yours?
I don't know
You know where you came from? We don't know none of that, bro.